What happens to his massive estate and all those his vault? Joining me to figure it out is family and estate attorney and expert Randy Kessler, also the author of this book, Divorce, Protect Yourself, Your Kids, and Your Future. Randy, thanks for being here.
Good to be here.
He's got a sister. He has, I believe, 7 half-siblings.
A bunch of them.
Yeah, we know they're entitled to something. Anyone else entitled to anything if he doesn't have a will?
No, those are it. Spouse, parents, kids, next level, brothers. And brothers includes half-brothers, half-sisters, unless it's specified otherwise, and it's not in Minnesota.
All right. And what happens if someone comes forward saying, hey, I'm a half-sibling of Prince?
Yeah, or, hey, I'm a kid. Then we do DNA tests, and we have a bigger fight. But, you know, everybody's going to want in, and anybody who's got any possibility of being related, now's the time to step up.
All right. So would it be evenly divided among everyone that's entitled if it goes this way?
Yes, that's how it goes. The problem is not, is it evenly divided? The problem is, how do we decide what even is? You know, what's this worth? What's that album worth? What's this piece of property worth? There's going to be a lot of valuation, a lot of experts, a lot of forensic accountants.
Because we're not just talking about cash. We're talking about things. All right, he's got this vault of unreleased music, things that he didn't want the public to see. But now, how do you figure out what happens to that, and who gets to make that decision about whether or not this stuff should be released?
Well, the court's going to decide how they divide the assets, and hopefully the people are all going to get together and agree. What I think is going to happen is some big record mogul is going to come in and say, we will give you this much money to divide amongst yourselves if you release the rights to that, and let us decide, because we're in the business and we understand it better. And look, if they're not wealthy people, that's going to be a lot of money for them.
But they will be entitled to sell the stuff, right?
If they don't agree, yes. If they're going to get portions, or someone's going to get control, but they might relinquish that control for a fee. You never know. It might be somebody that works for a major record label that gets to make those decisions, and that might be better because they understand more probably what Prince wanted and what's good for his music.
All right. Now, he doesn't have a will, and from my understanding, right, the government ends up taking a lot more of the estate, don't they, if there's no will?
Well, you know,
or a plan?
If you planned it out, you could do sorts of things with trust. You could do tax skipping, planning, things like that. But it sounds like he was just a typical artist who, I want to think about making music, I want to write songs, I don't want to think about my death. You know, if he had a child, if he had a spouse that he wasn't divorced from, maybe then you do a little more estate planning. It'd be a little more troubling that he didn't plan. But, you know, as far as I can tell, it wasn't something that was important to him. He wanted to live his life, and afterwards, it's not his problem.
All right. Randy, appreciate it so much. You may recognize him. He's on Real Housewives of Atlanta. Right? I always got to tell folks that. Thank you, Randy.
Thanks.
What's happening?